From the government's Cash for Clunkers program is showing up in salvage yards across the country.
Thousands of cars abandoned during the popular program are waiting to be destroyed, and salvage yards are up against a deadline to destroy them. NECN's Lauren Collins live at our Manchester, New Hampshire bureau with that story. Hello, Lauren.
Hello, Chet. We've all seen those pictures of dealership lots full of cars taken off the road as a part of the Cash for Clunkers program. Well, those cars aren't done for just yet, and the task of destroying them is burdening salvage yards and inconveniencing consumers.
Mainly right here.
Cash for Clunkers is still in gear at Jeff Cantor's Car World in Candia, New Hampshire.
We've gotten far more vehicles in than we ever anticipated, and they're still coming in at this late date.
825 in all. That's nearly half the vehicles his salvage yard takes in over the course of a year within a matter of weeks.
It's absolutely overwhelming for a lot of our members.
New Hampshire's 140 auto and truck recyclers have just 6 months to crush thousands of cars abandoned through the popular government rebate program.
We need more than the 6 months to process these cars because of the influx of cars that have come in.
Under normal circumstances, Cantor's staff would strip and sell every reusable, recyclable part on a vehicle. But under the time constraints of the Cash for Clunkers program,
We don't have the time to remove the parts that ought to be removed. So all that's simply going to waste.
even if a clunker has been stripped of every reusable part, half of its value is lost the second the crusher comes down.
We cannot take the engines out. The engines have to be crushed with the car or removed and crushed.
The ripple effect reaches back to the consumer, with 1 million cars junked in part or in full across the country.
A lot of people simply can't find the parts that they need for the vehicles. The people who did not get new cars.
Fred Kelly can attest to that.
Trying to find parts is very hard, especially motors.
He's had to charge more for the parts and motors he can find, and he's had to cut back on his used car inventory.
We have a problem getting those. We're almost paying double what we paid before for the same year and same model car.
And it doesn't end there, Chet. The price of scrap metal is plummeting as a result of all of this, $30 in the last 2 weeks. Meanwhile, Cantor and his industry colleagues are pleading with Washington to extend that scrap out deadline by at least 6 months so they have enough time to properly process and strip every vehicle that comes onto the lot.
Lauren, has he had to hire any additional personnel to help with all that work?
He actually has. He's hired 2 additional people to handle the increased volume. It's a 50% increased volume over the year. He was thinking about taking more Cash for Clunkers cars, and actually his wife Evelyn said, "Please don't. You have enough work as it is. I think we're all set."
All right, thanks. Lauren Collins, Manchester, New Hampshire.